Good old TK Baja. That's one beauty about Gearbox software is that they put some very interesting characters in their games. This is video number 2, and you get to see more of Brick's special ability, which is Berserker mode. I do get down a lot in this video. Since this is playthrough number 2, the enemies are a little bit stronger. But I'm also reskilling Brick in a certain way to where he won't get downed as much. And if he does get downed, he will be able to pop up really quick if you get a second wind. Essentially what second wind is if you get downed and your teammate picks you up, you get revived, and sometimes depending on the perks you added, your health and shield will automatically regenerate super fast. And also another second wind is if you kill an enemy in time, you get a quick second wind. With Brick's characteristics, normally when you do second wind with him, he'll gain back all of his shields and health if you do the right perks. Actually, that's a Bad Mother slag. It's pretty hilarious what the names they make for these enemies, but you gotta pay attention to those because that just tells you how strong they are. The Bad Mother slags or skags and the Bad Mother alpha skags can be pretty strong. Especially the elemental ones. I know the corrosive one, I think for the Bad Mother alpha skag, since it's corrosion, it automatically knocks down his shield with one hit when he does his giant acid spray. This is something to note when you start playing this game. Some enemies have weaknesses. So you need to make sure you need to find the best weapons of that elemental type. And it's always good to carry elementals. You don't necessarily have to carry elementals. I know there are some guns out there that are non-elemental that are extremely powerful, but the elemental perks are great because, say you have a pistol that does 225 damage, but has a ×4 corrosive attribute to it. Essentially means 225 times 4 is essentially your damage output, its potential. And also the elemental effect is lasting, so if you shoot one round of corrosion, you'll see numbers just start popping off in green, which means they're literally melting. And that's really important because that's how you can down enemies down really quick. But also if you're in second wind, it'll give you the ability to hopefully get revived once you kill the enemy, because the corrosion's still taking effect to them. Actually, I'm getting downed here. And that's the one hard thing about the down animation is that everything turns really dark and black. So it's kind of hard to see to try to get that second wind, but that's why it's good to have elemental on. Because if you pop enough with fire, which is incendiary in this game, it'll still start killing them slowly. If you notice with Borderlands, it does do night daytime changes. Maybe in Borderlands 2 they might even do weather changes soon, depending on how they design the maps. And I understand about this, explosive elements are pretty strong, but I guess with this one it wasn't working. I'm trying out different weapons, just trying to find the right combo. But right now, through the other next videos, I start finding my niche, as you per se, of what weapons I need and everything like that. So just pounding with Brick. That's why I love them. And eventually there's a perk with Brick that does Sting Like a Bee. And essentially with Sting Like a Bee, you basically launch towards them and hit them. And so no matter how far the enemy is from you, you can launch towards them and start punching them. I just go to town on this dude, but he gets a lucky shot on me. Enemy shotguns are pretty powerful. Well, you gotta be careful about them, especially in the harder playthroughs. There's also another thing. Playing in teams is probably the best way to do it. It's fun, and you get a lot out of it. But the only downfall is, of course, the way Gearbox does it. It's pretty powerful. They make the enemies 10 times stronger and a lot more of them. Because, obviously, a team of 4 bricks can go, beat down mode on them non-stop. And the friend that I was playing with actually saw a video where they used 4 bricks. And they said they just basically went to town on them. Because necessarily you don't need infinite ammo. We are running the infinite ammo perk because of Roland, but when you use Brick's main action skill as the main weapon, if you do the right class mod and the right skill points in the right area, you necessarily don't need a weapon anymore. I mean, you could just run around and start beating the hell out of people like this. Bam, left jab, left hook. That's actually a really powerful attack once you start getting the special perks to upgrade your melee power. That left hook can be pretty strong, and the jabs can be too if you pop them off quick enough. And she would just turning it into objectives, and that's why it's also good to have people that have played the game before, because they can just turn in the objectives super fast and they know where to go. As you can see, the different statistics and descriptions about the weapons is really important. I'm basically just trying to figure out what is the best combo with Brick, because mainly I'm going to be doing his main action skill, so I don't necessarily need weapons. The only time I need weapons is my cooldown period, because obviously, you're going to have a cooldown period, so do some damage while you're cooling down, and then once it reactivates, then go straight into the action skill. See different class mods. Berserker class mod is really strong. The Shock Trooper for the soldier, and you still pick up different class mods even though you're not running that character. Apparently Borderlands has if you do the DLCs, you can, I think it was Mad Moxie's that has a storage system, and basically what that does is all the items I'm collecting right now, I can go to Mad Moxie and go to a special storage system and store my items there, and then my next character that I decide to build, as long as I make it to Mad Moxie's DLC, then I can pick up the items from that chest. Which I think is a pretty cool idea, because you do find some pretty powerful weapons that if you want to share between characters because you're doing certain game plays and playthroughs, that you really do need them. As you see, I didn't have my skill points attributed correctly. That's why I was getting down so quick. In the later videos, you'll see me start picking up small perks here and there, and little hints and tips to basically build Brick in a very powerful way. Also, another thing, I may not be commentating on every single video I release. Hopefully, with Borderlands 2 comes out, I'll probably end up buying a good headset and maybe even do live comm, because that's a lot easier. You get to hear some of the funny things my friends get to say, and probably go that route. So again, I'm switching weapons, trying to figure out what to do. Also, you got your grenade mods, which is pretty cool, because some class mods actually give you a perk where you get a whole bunch of grenades. So if you get a whole bunch of grenades, you can attach different elementals to them, or different abilities like the Bouncing Betty, the sticky grenades. They even have a transfusion grenade, which basically gives you back health, so that's pretty cool. The good old Skags, gotta love them. They can be a real big pain since they can jump far distances. The good old corrosive revolver. Those things can be pretty powerful if you find the right level. You see, Dr. Zed, he basically has all the things dealing with. He mostly does shields and class mods, and also little healing vials and everything that you normally don't need healing vials because enemies drop them so frequently. But if you want them just in case, if you get down pretty quick. I also try to find a good shield. 775 is pretty decent for a shield, but I know it can get really, really higher. Like I've seen almost 1,000 level shield, and I think Brick is probably maxed out in health right now, because I think I already leveled up his health attribute, so he may be maxed out in health. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Yeah, this dude's pretty funny. He gives you ammo. Also, the little expansions. You can actually buy little expansions for a gun, so I can turn the LMG or the rifle that I'm holding right now to a larger round clip. Essentially, you can extend the magazine size and how much it can hold, especially if you're running the support gunner. He has little perks where you can expand the clip size, you can expand how much the gun holds total and everything like that, which will make you to a pretty powerful enemy if you can shoot off the rounds fast enough, and if you have a high accuracy weapon. And that's why accuracy is key, because you may aim your reticle right at them, but the way they factor in accuracy, you'll end up losing a lot of those shots. So if you get, let's say, an 86 accuracy assault rifle that does around 175 damage, you do a good amount of damage if you can land all the shots. Like, it starts picking off health points from the enemy left and right. But then if you have maybe a 11 accuracy with the same damage, it's going to be horrible. You're going to need to fire as many shots as you can and try to land them as quick as possible. And that's why, essentially, sniper rifles can be very deadly in this game. Because if you have the high accuracy, you have a high headshot chance. Because say you have a 98.6 accuracy. With the sniper rifle, I've seen a 600 damage sniper rifle. I think Sergeant Jones has one that's pretty powerful. He'll just plink off enemies in one hit. It's just like, oh, I was going to go beat down that enemy, but no, he just took off his head and I can't do anything about it. And Sergeant Jones is pretty nasty with the sniper rifles. So is Killa. I know we are doing another playthrough with just me and Killa, and he's using Mordecai, and he's pretty powerful with the sniper rifles. And I love using the snipers. I actually started messing around with it in that playthrough. I think if I do another character build after Brick, I might explore Mordecai and see what he can do. Because I love sniping in video games. Gears of War, I was really, really good at with aiming headshots and taking out people. There's just several games I don't know. Sniping is just what I like to do because it's a guaranteed one-hit kill if you aim it right. The Mass Effect 3. If you watch my Mass Effect 3 demo videos, I use the Infiltrator a lot. And the reason I like that is because her sniper rifle, his or her, I forgot if it's a female character that I built. I think it's a female character, yeah. I start plinking off headshots like it's nothing. And then eventually when you get the M98 Widow, which is basically equivalent to the Barrett 50 caliber in our times, yeah, it's just mean. I mean, when you play, silver and gold, you do need to make sure you hit the head and also use the right ammo. But again, that's why I like games like this. See, Mass Effect 3 demo has things like certain ammos you can use and certain abilities. Same thing with Borderlands. I love games that give you a multitude of options, because that way you're just not, shooting people. You're not just... I mean, I love Battlefield, but sometimes it can get boring with me just shooting an RPG at a tank. Imagine if I can lift the tank and then crush it. That'd be pretty awesome, but maybe that'll be in another future game when they design that. But you see, that Carnage, this is the Carnage, shoots fire rocket rounds. And you think, oh, it's a shotgun. Well, it actually shoots little miniature rocket rounds. And that's why some of the ammo choices they have is cool. Like, some rounds are actually shotgun rounds, and some are just little tiny rockets, which is right here. Make sure I gotta aim at the feet. I gotta remember always hit the feet first, not the body. Just pounding away at him. I'm like, you know what? I'm done shooting you, and I'm just gonna pound you to death. Is he almost dead? See, I think that's the downfall about, console. I'm losing frames, I notice. Like, sometimes I'll input the jab button or input the hook button or the left hook button, and sometimes it won't register. So it could be that there's just too much going on right now, or maybe it's the connection to the video game, because we are playing on Xbox Live. But I gotta figure that out because it's getting kind of annoying sometimes. So you're going through all the mini, and also Borderlands also has challenges too. You can go, when you scroll through the challenges menu, you can go and look at the different challenges they have, and that actually awards you XP points. That's where you can level up faster. And it's critical. Before you start a new area, always visit the shops to see if they have any new items that you can potentially upgrade. Alright, I'm just looking through the weapons now. Let's see. That Raven's pretty good too. Definitely if you're running Master Blaster, which is more explosive weapons, you definitely want to use weapons that have a lot of explosive power into it. Because that way, your Master Blaster perk just makes the blaster weapons even stronger. Shoot my rocket launcher, launch a couple rockets. But this video is about to come to an end, and hope you all enjoy this. And hopefully I can release another video out. Alright, have a good day.